It's the Slapz.
We gon' hit you with
And Trapz radio podcast.
Let's get it.
Powered by the Slap God, C. Austin, the DJ.
Go ahead, Peter.
The area, the state fair, you go from Gratiot to Kelly, and I was informed that was all full of police living there, and now it's there's lots of empty lots in there now because when they left, it took down the neighborhood.
Took down the neighborhood. Because the same thing, when I left, when the police left, it took down the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So, and they know this. So they gonna come back and scoop up the land for the low, stick a $600,000 house there 10 years from now. Yeah, that's how that's going. But no, I would implement that back again. I don't need Lansing permission to go and say anybody who works for the city of Detroit, police officer, has to own a property. They will have 1 year to move to the city of Detroit. Back in those neighborhoods, making them protected, okay? So you will see that officers stay down the street again, like I used to, all right? Because now the city council and the mayors that's in there now, they're not for you. They don't want those police officers down the street.
You know, I'm glad you said that, Antoine, because it seems like we don't see these people no more. I remember that growing up as a youngster as well. It's like you've seen these people. You don't see these people in the neighborhoods no more. Even like your local inspiration, you don't see that no more. Now, obviously, it all goes back to one thing. We've already discussed it several times today. That's funding. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing without funding. This funding, that funding. Go ahead. I just want to know, how do we get this funding? Because, you know, you said nobody's giving loans. You know, we got lucky. Luckily, you came through and showed love and looked out, but everybody's not so kind-hearted as you. So how do we resolve that problem?
But when he worked for the bank and was giving loans, the feds came here and told him, no more loans for the city of Detroit because we're imploding that. We're going to make sure that go down. It's by design. It's not hard to find funding. It's not really hard. If you travel outside the city of Detroit, they create ways for funding. Your tickets are higher when you leave the city of Detroit. Your driving tickets. Any ticket that you get in the city of Detroit, when you cross 8 Mile, your driving tickets are even increased.
It just seems like they make everything extremely difficult for Detroiters. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to funding versus like you said earlier, maybe a Southfield or a Warren or a Oak Park or a Romulus or, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at like the in-between cities like an Inkster, which is damn near as bad as Detroit.
Oh, let me tell you something how this funding works. Downtown got all the money, right? You go up Woodward, the funding stop right at Highland Park, right? As soon as you get to Highland Park, desolate, poverty, no funding. No funding, and you right up down. Even the train stop there. Mm-hmm. The rail, they make the rail stop there. Okay, they make all the funding stop there. While New Yorkers coming in and buying all the properties up in Highland Park, all the buildings and all the bandit. Okay, they know the opportunity. Okay, they know some millionaires gonna come in and buy it all up. Mm-hmm. Now where's the funding gonna come from? 2,000 gas stations. Where's the funding gonna come from? All non-residents who have business in the city of Detroit. Everybody who's raping and pillaging and leaving and going out of the city of Detroit, they gonna pay.
It's almost like a tariff, and like a Trump language.
That's right. And we're gonna get our lick back. It's like a tariff. That's right. It's like America don't make anything. Everything in your house, China makes it, Mexico makes it. You flip anything over, it's not made here.
in China. That's
made in here. So our country's not gonna survive. We know that. Just like Detroit. If we don't have no businesses, I had to go to McDonald's to get better wages when I was a kid. Everybody I know had to leave out Detroit to get better wages. Bring in outside morning.
No idea.
And grown and adults are doing it now. And so now that money leaves out the city, and so the city implodes. The mom has to drive out. Now she need a babysitter. She's already a single parent. So now the kid's doing all kind of things in school.
Now that's one I've heard several people say, because you know me being in this podcast game, man, I ask the people how they feel about these type of things from time to time. And one of the things that I hear the most amongst the people of Detroit is how we are so rude to each other. We want everybody to vote for us, come to our business, spend their dollars. You know, I remember you was pushing black dollars and still pushing it versus black business But I've even experienced this myself several times. We are so rude. It's almost like a sense of entitlement in a way where we feel like you got to spend with us. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we don't have the best customer service. We don't have the best attitudes. You pull up, everybody on their phones, almost acting like if I'm pulling up to spend my money with you, you acting like you got, and not you literally, but you acting like you got an attitude with me because I'm coming to spend my money with you. I've seen this all over the city of Detroit. How do you respond to that?
Pride. We got to create a system of self-pride. We got to have the kids and everybody walking around here where we got so much pride for our city where if you litter on the ground, I'm going to tell you to pick it up. How can I do that? It got to start from high school, and it got to start from elementary, and it got to start from junior high. If you look at my 8-point plan, I got a pride legacy program where elementary, high school, we work in tandem with the board. See now, City of Detroit and Detroit School Board, they like separation. If you can separate the city from the kids, I can make the kids stupid. I can make everything implode. No, they took out driver education out of high school. They took out band. They took out cursive in the city of Detroit. So now it worked. Okay, so we separate city from the school board. No, bring that back together. Make these legacy companies, the Illages, Little Caesars Arena, our major buildings, Detroit Museum, Aretha Franklin, everything that we have to make you feel good about the city, have tours with the elementary, with the junior highs, with the high schools. You're going to have a tour that goes through the Illich family legacy. From the Little Caesars Arena, how it started, from one pizzeria, from Ford Field, how it started with one car. You're going to have tours working with the school board to create a self-pride where these kids have to go to these places and walk in these facilities and know about these legacies, these facilities that we have in the city of Detroit, not just do a tour to the museum. No, that Aretha Franklin, Shane Park, this is the city of Detroit. This makes money for the city of Detroit. This fund different people and take care of families. These are the families that work at Aretha Franklin. Show this to the kids. You have to create a whole program of self-pride with our kids. Just like those kids have self-pride in Dearborn. Just like those kids have self-pride in Bloomfield Hills. Those kids have self-pride. Okay? So it has to start with the kids. They're out here marching out for gun violence. What you marching for gun violence for? The Arabics not shooting each other. The Chinese not shooting each other. So who's shooting each other? You gotta figure out why it's gun violence. Because it's a broke up family. It's poverty. Okay? So now we gotta find the money. We gotta find ways to keep the kids busy. We gotta find ways to keep them how we have self-pride things in the city.
Now you guys mentioned earlier, what'd you say, 4 to 10% rate?
Yeah, we have severe problems in the city, and one of them I've experienced, not just helping people, was the Friends of the Court. They're really keeping fathers away from their children.
Oh yeah.
There's a huge problem with child support demands on low-income people, incarceration of low-income people for child support, basically criminalizing sex for low-income people. Mm-hmm. Of course, they want to just say it's only black people, but no, it's white people too. And I don't think there's any country in the world that has criminalizes sex for low-income people. But I mean, let's say you caught a felony, a small, for doing drugs when you were young or doing something, and so you're trying to get out from underneath that, right? So maybe a spongement or something, but then you got you're behind in you get behind in child support, and then they hit you with another felony, so you can't dig yourself out of the hole. Okay, that's the system is really.
I went through it personally. I can definitely relate. They took my driver's license, everything.
Right.
And that's like, now that affected me getting to work to make money for my family. So. Right.
They'll arrest you, pull you. You didn't. Somebody had a child support case, even out of county or out of state. Even they arrested him. Then he lost his job. Well, how can he pay money when he just lost a job because you pulled him, without notice? just arresting them. It's just and then and then you go with the low-income people generally are frightened of authority and the courts, and so some people try to get back into the workforce, and not 80-90% of their check is garnished. So how can they even be able to support themselves in a house and anything like that when right away they got these big garnishments? So we really do need some reform at the state level of the child support system to make it more like reasonable. All right, to get people to go back in the system, to go back to work. Right now, you have more pride in people staying out on the streets and not going W-2 to support their families, to stay away from the authorities. And I think it's one of the reasons that drug dealing is still out there. I mean, you could make as much money driving a truck as you would drug dealing, but like they want your money off your check. So you have no pride with your family or anything.
It's the Slapz.
We gon' hit you with
And Trapz Radio Podcast.
Let's get it.
Powered by the Slap God. C. Austin, the DJ.